Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. I can't even really call this a slice of my life because, well, technically it is, but I'm just basically here to tell you guys the reason why I think that the Loophole spinner is the best ring spinner of at least 2017, or maybe even the best ring spinner ever released so far. Now, take note, this video is highly opinionated. It's really just because of personal preference. And after trying out so many ring spinners and owning a bunch of them, I find myself always gravitating back to the Loophole. And so I'm making this video to tell you guys the reasons why it is the best in my opinion, and also because this is going to be kind of like a lead in to my top 10 video. Yes, you guys already know top 10 video gonna be coming soon, but in the top 10 video, no ring spinners, because honestly I don't really dig ring spinners as much. I really wasn't able to see a real point to a ring spinner, not until the Loophole came around. So to start things off, this is my entire Loophole collection. Yep, this is what I have so far. Now I want to give Alex a huge shout out. Alex of Premium Spinners, who actually started off my entire Loophole journey, and that's because I bought one of these. Now the reason why I bought this Loophole in the first place is because it was the first stainless steel ring spinner. At the time when the Loophole was released, it was a time frame when ring spinners were picking up in popularity like super crazy. The only problem is that every other ring spinner that was released was all in brass, and you guys know I don't really do too well with patina. My skin reacts to patina and it turns red. So imagine having a brass ring on your finger all the time, with my middle finger always touching the brass. So yeah, I really did not want that. And also this one is the, I guess, one of the first few generations where you actually have this laser engraving on the insides. Let me just remove these buttons. So we got laser engravings on the inside. This one is LH111 and it says made in USA on this side. But this actually had that screw on button instead of the core. And then big shout out to Alex for actually listening and improving on his design, and he eventually came out with a core which is held in by an O-ring system. And he did this because a lot of people were complaining about this. And using this over extended periods of time, and I really mean extended periods of time, I started to experience finger fatigue, so I decided to try out the T12, which had shallower notches. And unfortunately, it didn't really satisfy me that much. It still felt really good to fidget with because the Loophole really fits very well up here on my hand, but the shallower notches didn't really help with the finger fatigue. Not till the T5 came out and it was a wide notch. This one really sat very nicely here. It was because of the T5 that I started to experience pure joy. Like really, I already had joy with this and with this, but this Loophole provided me with almost zero finger fatigue. After that, I managed to procure myself one of the elusive laser etched Loopholes, and this was a T3. Yeah, the notches are slightly further apart, but still no finger fatigue, and I still love it. Now the next one is the T5 Mini, half the size, T5 Mini, no nulls. But by far, my favorite is this one, guys, the T6 Mini Wide. After trying out the minis, I would say that this is quite comparable to the Ellipse ring spinner by Ultra Spinners, and that one was more of a discrete kind of ring spin. The only difference is that the Ultra Spinners one was using 6704 bearings, but this is the SR1232 bearings. That's basically a trademark of the Premium Spinners Loophole series. And at the point of time when the Ellipse ring spinner was released, the minis were not yet announced. I only had this to compare with the Ellipse ring spinner, and when I tried that out, I realized that yes, it was discrete, but it was a little bit too thin to the point that I wasn't able to latch my finger on comfortably to get a good flick. And then came along these two in my mail from Alex, and I tried this out and I was like, okay, this is actually a little bit more grippy than the Ellipse ring spinner, and so immediately I liked it. But once I tried the wide version, this was when my entire ring spinner experience and my entire ring spinner opinion and world just totally changed. It just flipped. Now the Mini Wide is, in my opinion, the perfect marriage of any of the Loophole, the standard size Loopholes, with the discreteness, I'm gonna use that word, the discreteness of an Ellipse ring spinner. Because it looks just like a ring. Like, it doesn't jut out like these, it's not bulky, and yet it's wide enough so that you could get a good grip and perform a nice flick like this. Now the way my friends and I greet each other generally is with a fist bump like that. And there was one incident when I actually fist bumped a friend of mine and I hurt her knuckle because I had a Loophole. And because of that, I started to offset my fist every time I would fist bump someone like this. But once this came about, that totally is no longer a problem. It's just discreet, guys, really discreet. Next, for me, the Loophole sits up here perfectly, and it's the perfect position for a ring spinner. I don't need any ring size adjusters like the Ringo. I don't need any of that. It fits here just perfectly, guys. And with the Ringo, I'm able to wear the Loophole Mini on my ring finger like that, and it's still discreet. Look at that. Right? Okay, I don't have the Ringo here right now, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. You guys saw in the Ringo video that I made. And then it looks good as a piece of jewelry, and at the same time does not impede on any of your daily work. For example, texting on your phone. And with other ring spinners, it's going to be quite difficult for you to hold your phone like that while you text. See, because the ring spinner will be in the way. You have your finger up here or something like that. So this, no problem. And for example, if you hold a mouse, and let me just shift all of this aside. I work in an office environment and I'm at the computer the whole day long, so I'm actually using a mouse most of the time. But with the Loophole Mini Wide, guys, it just doesn't get in the way at all. Look at that. With other ring spinners, I always find it really uncomfortable. I always have to kind of curl my index finger like a semi-claw grip. I'm usually having my fingers quite flat against the mouse, and so Loophole just sits right there without getting in the way. I mean, we don't even have to talk about typing on the keyboard. And another example would be a very simple action of holding a cup. That's my coffee, guys. That's my morning coffee. But a lot of us hold our cups this way, right? Like that, with a little bit of a space right there. But if you have another ring spinner, you probably have your fingers quite far apart, like that, holding a cup. Now I'm trying to hold this at an angle without actually spilling my coffee, so here we go. But with the Loophole, you don't actually experience any of that. You can just hold a cup like you normally would, like that, or you could even grab the cup just like that. See? No problems whatsoever with holding cups and doing just your daily things. And that's the reason why, in my opinion, the Loophole Mini Wide is hands down the best ring spinner released so far. I know that at this point of time, Alex has released a bar looking kind of loophole, and he's also released an XL loophole. But this, guys, with all those reasons I've given you, this is just so discreet and yet looks so good in my books that this is just hands down the winner, guys. Yes, I'll still be reviewing ring spinners if I find a ring spinner design entices me. But you guys realize that most of the time whenever I review a ring spinner, I always talk about it in a hand spinner form. Now this, don't get me wrong, it's quite fun as a hand spinner as well. But really, honestly guys, the winner really is just this. It looks good, it's functional, doesn't impede on any of your daily activities. Just great. And kudos to you, Alex. Wonderful job on the Loophole Mini Wides. This is by far the best execution of a ring spinner. It spins very well, very freely. Very nice design as well. Looks good. I know I'm repeating myself again, guys, but that's really all the factors that made me so drawn towards the Mini Wide and fall in love so hard with it. Also, guys, with the core, you could do some tricks, and some really, really cool tricks at that. But that's not the point of this video. I just really want to tell you guys my favorite ring spinner so far, and it is this one. This particular Loophole. Now, the Loopholes are great ring spinners and they are always sitting at the top of the ring spinner list, but this one is the top of the top. So right now, I gotta be honest and say that I'm really hoping that Alex is gonna release more variations of the Mini Wide. Like, I want to grab a T4, but every time since then it's always selling out because, you know, Alex is doing a great job at premium spinners for his drops, and I'm hoping to get a T4 with no knurls like this. This is nice, it's so clean. But a T4 Mini Wide no knurl, that'll be a dream for me. And finally, as I end this video, I want to give a shout out, and this might seem random, but it's really not. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. I want to give a shout out to Idle Spin on the Fidget Spinners Reddit. The dude's awesome. Like, he's got a way with words. And I've been going on to Reddit simply because I've been interested in reading his posts, and I think that he's a great reviewer as well. So, you know, I feel that makers might consider actually sending him some stuff. Just, you know, like, he's an awesome dude, wonderful way with words, and very, very respectful guy. So shout outs to you, Idle Spin. You are awesome and keep doing what you do, man. Alright everyone, thanks for sharing in this slice of my life. Like I said, it's not really a slice of my life, but I mean, at least now you guys know which is my favorite ring spinner. Once again, a big shout out to Alex of Premium Spinners, because some of these were gifts from him. So yes, I'll be putting links in the video description down below in case you guys are interested. But I will say that you might not see any of these whenever you visit the Premium Spinners website. And that's because those listings are actually taken off when they're not going to be available for the next drop. So if you really are interested in finding out what's going to be on the next drop, make sure you check out the Premium Spinners Facebook page. Right now, they're actually doing the .2 bar spinner, and I also missed out on that drop because, you know, time zone differences and everything. But no worries, this is by far my favorite product out of the Premium Spinners website. So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much once again, and I will catch y'all in the next slice of my life. Gaga Boost!